Gregor Samsa awoke one morning from uneasy dreams.
He found himself transformed in his bed into a gigantic insect.
His numerous legs, which were pitifully thin compared to the rest of his bulk, waved helplessly before him.
What has happened to me?
He thought.
It was no dream.
He looked at the alarm clock ticking on the chest.
6:30, and the hands are moving quietly on.
Gregor! Gregor!
Said a voice.
That gentle voice.
It was his mother's.
His mother's.
His mother's.
I'm Gregor Samsa. There's my sister Greta.
There's Brother Gregor.
Isn't that nice you wait up for me?
I always wait up for him.
Glass of milk on the table and then bed. Up again at 4 a.m. Yes, 4 a.m. to catch a 5 a.m. train.
He doesn't come home often.
Daily. What a life. What an exhausting job, and I picked it.
He works so hard.
I picked it. I'm a commercial traveller in a cloth trade. I have to work to keep them.
But he also makes things at home.
Who else can do it? Father's ill, so they rely on me totally.
Recently, he made a picture frame, and in it, he put a picture cut out of an illustrated magazine.
On my back it rests. Their fortunes rest on my back like a great weight.
It shows a lady with a fur muff and fur stole sitting upright, and in it holding out to a spectator a huge fur muff in which the whole of her forearm had vanished.
The warehouse was better. One didn't have to worry about the travel.
It was very good.
I feel sick.
Gregor!
Cash!
Gregor! Gregor!
Beer!
Gregor! Gregor!
Cigars!
Gregor! Gregor!
Cash!
Gregor! Gregor!
Beer!
Gregor! Gregor!
Cigars!
Gregor! Gregor! No, Gregor.
Thanks. You're okay. Why aren't you in bed?
I thought they went up for you. What's the matter?
My back's aching. Must be carrying these samples all day.
Did you sell much?
Not as much as last week.
Oh. Never mind. You'll do better tomorrow.
Perhaps.
Of course you will.
Shh. Listen.
What?
It's raining again. Hear it leaking on the window right now.
It's been raining for ages.
Oh God.
What is it?
I'm so exhausted.
Go to bed then.
Always tired. Travelling day in, day out. I'm sort of worrying about train connections, snatching odd nails. And if I rub in at some small town, trudging the street to my hotel.
I thought you preferred it to the warehouse.
Not anymore. A man needs his sleep.
Go to bed then.
The other travellers have it easy. They're still at breakfast or on hotel morning orders. Sometimes it's the dark out early. The streets are so empty and you feel like I think that's why I've got to skip back.
Why don't you leave?
I will one day. Rest assured. As soon as I put up all this debt to him, I'll go right up to the chief himself and tell him what I think of him.
When you imagine his face.
It will knock him sorry if I did that. He's such a strange little man. He's got this irritating habit of sitting high at his desk and talking down to me. I like to pay my name because he's hard of hearing.
Is there much to go?
She's taken another 5 years.
Oh, as long as that.
Then I'll cut myself loose.
And if you're lucky, perhaps it'll be sooner.
That's another thing. You're always making casual acquaintances. And before you come to become friends, you're off again. I know what's happened to me. All my joints feel stiff.
Oh, don't go in tomorrow. I'll fetch a doctor in the morning.
No!
Why not?
It would look suspicious.
I haven't had a day's illness in 5 years.
The chief clerk himself would come down with the insurance doctor and put it all down to laziness.
I mean, I feel quite well, really, so they wouldn't be wrong, would they?
But you look so tired and pale.
That's the price of being a good salesman.
Oh, Gregor, you're so good to us.
You go to bed now, son.
And have a good night's sleep.
And I'll make you a lovely breakfast in the morning.
I could sleep forever. Good night, Greta.
Good night, Gregor. It's 6:30. Where's Gregor?
6:30. Oh dear.
Perhaps the alarm clock's not gone off.
Did you set it?
Set it? Yes. I set it for 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
I set it properly.
That ear-splitting noise should have woken him.
Gregor? Oh, Gregor. It's 7:15 already. Shouldn't you have been at work?
Yes, thank you, Mother. I'm getting up now. What's happened to me? Everything seems the same. It's still raining outside. Oh, my legs. What's wrong with my legs? Oh, turn over and go back to sleep. It's a bad dream. I can't turn over. I can't turn
Gregor!
my eyes. I'm dreaming. Go away. Oh, it's nonsense. It must go away. Spots on my belly. Oh, they're itching. Must sleep. But I can't sleep on my back.
Gregor!
Why? It's 7:15. Why didn't I hit the alarm? The next train goes at 7. And my samples won't even crack. And even if I caught that train, there'd be a alarm. And you all were sick yesterday.
Gregor, are you feeling bad? Are you needing something?
I'm just ready. Wait me a minute.
Gregor, open the door, please do.
Yes, soon. Soon.
Oh dear, that's bound to be somebody from the warehouse. The porter would have reported his failure to turn up.
That porter was the boss's bootlicker. Spineless and stupid, it's sure to be him.
No, Mr. Sansa. It's the chief clerk. Young Mr. Sansa's not been in this morning. Ah, Mrs. Sansa. Good morning. Thought I'd drop round, see what the trouble is.
Snoop, the chief clerk himself.
I'm terribly sorry, our son's not feeling well. I don't quite know what the matter is. It's very unlike him. He's very conscientious, as you know. Thinks of nothing but his work.
What a villain. It is impossible to be a couple of hours late without sending the chief clerk himself to investigate. Give my family something fresh to worry about. It will soon go away. Like those little pains I had, caused by awkward postures, which soon disappeared when I woke up. Must it hit my head? Must it lose consciousness now?
Gregor, the chief clerk's here! He's worried!
Why are you not at work?
I know. I only want to get up quietly without disturbing anyone. Put my clothes on and have my breakfast. Must push. Push. Harder. Harder.
Sounds like someone fell in the next room.
Excuse me, Gregor! The chief clerk himself has come down to see.
He's really not well, believe me!
Once in a while, he will come in today.
What else they can make the train?
We don't know what to tell.
He thinks I'm nothing but his work!
Besides, he wants to meet you privately.
In Gregor, how are you making them both out to meet him?
So please open the door.
And things like that.
You won't mind if your rooms are tidy.
So this being the railway timetable. He's going to get in trouble! The only pleasure he gets is doing fretwork. Do you know he spent 3 evenings last week cutting out a lovely picture frame? He's very clever with his hands. I'm sure he's done well. It's really not like him.
I can't think of any other explanation, madam. And, while I hope it's not serious, I must say that in business one must ignore slight indispositions. Work must go on.
Oh yes, I absolutely agree. I hope it's not slight and not serious. Oh, I don't know.
Gregor, once and for all, will you let the chief clerk in between this?
Mr. Sansa, what is the matter with you? Why have you barricaded yourself in your room, just answering yes and no all the time, causing your good parents a great deal of trouble and neglecting your business duties in an incredible fashion? You amaze me. You really amaze me. I always thought you quiet and dependable, but now you seem bent on making a disgraceful exhibition of yourself. The chief did hint that a possible explanation for your absence was the funds you are entrusted with.
Oh,
I, of course, defended you. But seeing your behavior now makes me judge the wisdom of my actions.
He's an honest boy!
no! He would never do that! Oh, never! Oh, Gregor, please, open the door!
Do you have another key?
Another key? I don't think so. We've never needed more than one key before.
Does he always lock himself in?
He never used to. It's a habit he got into through travelling in strange hotels. He said you must always lock the door at night. He's very prudent like that.
I had intended to discuss this with him in private, but as he has wasted my time, I don't see why I should. For some time past now, his work at the firm has not come up to scratch, Mr. Samsa, and this cannot go on much longer.
I want to work, you see. Traveling's a hard life, but I couldn't live without it. I'm in great difficulties, but I'll get out of them. I'll catch a club train. Don't it to my parents. Please make my just the chief.
Did you make out a word of it? Is he trying to make fools of us?
Oh dear, perhaps he's terribly ill and we're tormenting him.
My son has never behaved like this.
No respect.
Greta? Yes, mother. Gregor is ill. Go for a doctor.
My son, open the
The
door!
man's mad.
Go quickly.
My son!
Did you hear how he was speaking?
It was almost inhuman.
And get a locksmith, Greta, quick as you can.
I'll boil a kettle.
Why were they so upset? A, because I wouldn't get up and let the chief clerk in. B, because I was in danger of losing my job. C, because the chief would start nagging my parents for money again. Surely these were things one needn't worry about now. I'm not really well.
You see? He's not well. Otherwise he wouldn't be lying in there.
He's turning the key. Good, Gregor, good. Shh.
What confusion. Oh, was his absence really such a crime that no less a person than the chief clerk himself could investigate?
What a fate to work for such employers where the slightest failing causes the greatest suspicion.
He's probably more tormented than all of us.
He need only open the door to put an end to all suspicion.
Oh, Gregor, open the door!
Come on, open up!
Samsa!
Come on, Gregor, hold on to the key!
Not my jaw. I have no teeth.
Encourage him. Don't press him.
Gregor!
Open the door!
Gregor!
Nearly there. Now pull down. Again. I'll put my clothes on at once. Pack my samples and be off. I want to work, you see. Traveling's a hard life, but I couldn't live without it. I'm in great difficulties, but I'll get out of them. Travelers are not popular, sir. People think they earn stacks of money and have a good time. You know that's not true. It's just because they're never seen in the office. They're always working. Don't let the chief judgment be swayed against me, sir. Don't go away without some word to me to show that you think me in the right, at least to some extent. Ah!
Shoot! Get back! Get back! Get back!
Careful, Bob, you're confusing him.
Quiet! Stay with your mother! Come on! Back you go!
Gregor was quite embarrassed walking backwards, and he was afraid of annoying his father even further by the slowness of such a rotation.
His father, for his part, had no intention of making things easier by opening the door, but nevertheless wanted him out of the room as soon as possible.
Gently, Father, don't hurt him.
God!
Crush my body. Returning to my room. Flanks bruised. Blood just stained the floor.
Oh, God!
I've damaged my leg. Will it heal? Will it heal?
Can't let the neighbors see. Lock the doors. Draw the curtains.
When I within my jaw when I opened the door. I know I damaged it because some brown fluid came out of my mouth. Tripped over the key and onto the floor.
The chief clerk. He must be sued, won over, detained. The whole future of the family and Gregor depends on it.
He mustn't return to the warehouse in that frame of mind.
Follow me. He is partial to ladies and will be guided by you.
He's already down the stairs.
He's in the street.
He takes one last look backward. He's
He's
gone.
I can just imagine the story that Chief Clapp would tell my colleagues. How their ears will prick up. They'll draw lots to see who digs in my area. Isn't it curious how one plucked shred of comfort, even from disaster? The fact that I was not the center of attention gave me no small tinge of pleasure.
For a few moments that morning, I thought I was dreaming. But the dream stayed.
It's a quiet life our family has been leading. And as he sat there, motionless, staring into the darkness, he felt great pride he'd been able to provide for his parents and sister in such a fine flat.
They'll think Gregor deserted them. They'll worry.
But what of all the quiet, the comfort, the contentment was end in horror?
Only we could have sat down and worked out a solution. The chief clerk created the panic.
I must keep moving. Crawl up and down my room.
Shh! Listen.
Oh,
He's moving about. He must have woken up.
oh, poor Gregor. He must be thirsty. He's had nothing to drink all day. I'll get him some milk. He likes milk in the evenings. Oh, Mother, that doesn't help. It doesn't help us to be upset. It's only make him upset too if he hears these.
Yes, you're right, I must be strong. I must be strong.
He'll be hungry too. What do you think he eats? Well, give him the milk.
Gregor!
Father, don't let her go in there. Take it to him.
Oh,
Oh, it's all right. I'll do it. Just give me 1 minute more. How could you just sit there and let your daughter go in there?
well, you take it to him then. You're the one who's been crying over it, and he's still your beloved son.
Our son.
Our son! You can't call it our son anymore, not that thing in there. Our son left us.
Don't say that. He's coming back to us. We can't desert him now. He probably needs us more than ever. What could he be thinking in there? Don't we find him disgusting? We mustn't show him that. We mustn't feel that. No, never. Listen, Mother. He's probably starving.
We'll go. With you.
Gregor? Here's some milk for you.
I like milk in the morning. My favourite drink. Mother leaves it for me every morning at 4 a.m. Catch 5 a.m. train. Dailies.
So long, lad.
Goodbye, Father.
Good luck, Rebel.
Goodbye, Greta.
Don't forget to drink your milk.
No, Mother.
Nice basin of fresh milk with little white sops of bread in it. Why isn't he drinking it?
Come on, son. Drink up.
You know you like milk in the morning. It's your favourite drink. He's probably ashamed to drink it with us listening to him. Let's go away.
I don't like milk anymore. It's revolting to me. Bring me something more to my taste. You don't have to look at me, Greta. I'll hide under the bed, but I desperately need some food. I'm starving to death.
Greta, have you unknown? Not yet. Did he? I don't know. I haven't checked. Would you?
What is it?
He's under the bed.
Well, he had to be somewhere. He couldn't have flown away. Could he?
Did he drink it? He obviously doesn't like it anymore. Oh, poor Grandma, he's so unhappy. That's why he's not eating. He spilled some milk, so he obviously must have tried it. Well, what do you suppose they? He eats. I don't know. I know. We'll put out some more bits and pieces, and then we'll know what he needs, what he likes best.
Oh, yes. That's the best thing to do.
Some more carrots and greens, potatoes and corn. This cheese is all. I don't suppose anyone gets it.
Here's the sail. Yes! Yes! There, that should do.
What about the remains of last night's stew? It's got some nice wet sauce on it. He'll probably like that.
Oh, yes!
Come on, Brenda. Finish your breakfast. He's obviously enjoying his now. Come on, Father. Take no notice, Father.
It's a bit difficult, isn't it?
Well, the only thing to know is to make more noise than he does. And then you won't hear them.
Oh, I could weep with joy and satisfaction. God, I was starving. I like the cheese particularly, but can't stand the smell of fresher foods. My wound's healed. I must be less sensitive. A cut on my finger must took a whole month.
He's gone very quiet. Yes. Do you think there was enough? I think so. He even ate yogurt and cheese. Oh, good. The rest he left in a pile. Let's
Cleaned his room, Greta. Turn the key slowly. That's his signal to retreat. Oh, he's under the bed again. His body's so swollen he can barely breathe. Never mind. His eyes are watching out of his head. Clean his room. We'll put what he doesn't eat into a bucket.
Do I make myself clear? No more!
Don't raise your voice in this house!
I'll raise my voice if I want to. It's my house! My house!
Is it? Gregor installed us here. As you retired yourself from work, we had to depend on him for money. We could never have afforded it without him.
A terrible thing if a son supports his parents in their declining years. I've kept you all long enough.
Please, Father, don't be angry. It doesn't solve anything.
I don't care if it solves anything or not. I can't sit at the table without hearing him scratching round.
Greta, in future, feed him before we get up. Yes, Father. We wish to spare your father as much anxiety as possible.
You know how I look forward to my breakfast. Eating the rolls all hot and crisp from the bakery. The smell of an early morning newspaper and coffee smells. I don't have much left to look forward to, but that's one of them.
Greta won't please him anymore in his presence.
All right, don't look at me as if I was some idiot you had to humor.
Don't you think, instead of avoiding the subject, we should talk about it? Oh, Greta, how sensible. You see, if we put our heads together, we can work out a solution. Yes. If we could only do that.
Greta took it on herself to take sole charge of me, as she was the only one who dared come into the room and inform the family of my progress.
He's eaten all of his food today.
Or,
Everything's been left standing again.
or,
He hasn't eaten now in 2 days. Oh.
I can hear you. I think I can't understand you simply because you can't understand me, but I can. I can hear every sound you make, every moan.
There's one potato left, and that's for Father. Yes. Go on, Father. You have the last potato.
That's quite sufficient, thank you. Here you are, Greta.
No, I don't need any more food. I wish you'd have it, Mother. I want no more of this silly nonsense. Oh no! It's all my fault! No, it wasn't. It was nobody's fault. Dear me, what to do about a potato? Well, it won't go to waste. We'll save it for Gregor. Father, why don't you let Greta go and get us beer for you? Oh, yes, Mum, Father, like you used to have after supper.
No, thank you, Greta.
Oh, come on, you know you like beer after supper.
There's not enough money for potatoes. There's not enough money for beer.
Did you hear that? Perhaps he can understand what we're saying.
Of course he can't.
How do you know? How can you tell? Perhaps he listens to us.
But maybe he should listen. Won't hurt him to know.
Father.
Well, maybe maybe he should know what this indisposition of his has caused us. Then maybe he'd appreciate what we're doing for him, and how we're suffering on his account.
And what about Gregor? I don't suppose you think he's suffering? Shut up in that room, all alone, not seeing a soul, not knowing what's going to happen. You owe him a lot, don't you forget that?
I do.
Yes, we all do. How he toiled and slaved to be a commercial traveller, coming up and down the country to all those awful places to take orders.
And those letters, those miserable letters from those cold hotel rooms.
We simply took it for granted. And how he longed to hear you play violin again. Yes. Always knowing that he would earn enough to support us, but so often he wasn't even home to enjoy it.
He was becoming a good salesman, that lad. Could have reached a high position in the firm and earned a royal salary.
And that secret plan to send you to the conservatorium to study.
And now, I'd like to propose a small toast. First of all, to our dear mother, with the most wonderful Christmas dinners.
Yeah.
To our dear father, that may he spent his last years comfortably smoking a Havana cigars. And now, a toast to my talented sister and a little secret.
Oh, Gregor, do tell us, what is it?
Really not sure I should just yet.
Gregor, don't be a tease. Now you've gone so far, you must.
Well, I'm determined that one day our little one should play the violin in my orchestra. And, despite great expense, I am sending her to study in the conservatorium.
Oh, Gregor, what a wonderful, wonderful thing you give us.
The conservatorium, my word. Soon we'll be seeing the great Greta Samsa playing at the concert hall and saying, that's our very own daughter.
I can't believe it. My wonderful brother. Oh, I'm so happy.
Dreams. Dreams. You never did send Greta to the conservatorium.
But he meant well.
Why didn't she go? Because you took the money. You took the money that was meant for Greta.
Investments. That certain investments have survived the wreck of our misfortune.
Yes.
The money Gregor sent home was not used after all. I had been shrewd enough to invest some of it.
Yes. Yes.
And now the brokers inform me that those investments have grown.
Oh, Father, how fortunate! We're beginning to need so many things.
Whilst, however, it will be sufficient to cover the rent, etc., as well as setting some aside for a rainy day,
Oh, yes, that's most important.
it'll still be necessary for us to earn enough for our expenses.
Of course. Oh, let me work. I'm longing to go out to work.
I suppose you could always take in washing like your mother did in the bad old days.
But it's only until Gregor gets better.
We don't know that.
Taking in washing won't bring in much.
It'll help. Until I can find a little job. The old brain hasn't quite gone rusty yet. Might do some bookkeeping or stock checking at a warehouse. I should have started fresh again, instead of depending on him.
Who's to know?
I should have. There was always something about Gregor that was strange.
Gregor? Strange.
Gregor, yes, Gregor. Though he worked hard, he never seemed to be part of it. Don't think he wanted to. Stood outside of it somehow, as if saying, oh, this has nothing to do with me. He didn't really like work, he downright resented it.
How can you say that? He worked so hard.
I know he worked hard, but did you ever see his face sometimes when he came home? It was hard with resentment, saying, it's for you I'm doing this.
Stop feeling guilty, Father. Because we lived off him. He kept this house from crumbling.
I don't want to hear you talking like
And
that.
if he toiled and slaved at something he resented, perhaps that's why he's left us now.
Good night, Father. Mother.
I've not left you. I'm coming back soon. I didn't resent anything. Even if I didn't keep much money for myself, I didn't resent it. Oh God, you make me so ashamed I could hide away forever. If only I could speak to you. If I could thank you, Greta, for looking after me, perhaps you'll get used to me. I can't stand just silence. I must speak to her. I must gather all my strength together and speak to her.
It's time to feed him, Greta.
I won't try to speak again. And I'm repulsive, and I'll go on being repulsive. How brave you are, Greta, to come here at all. Don't come anymore. I don't like you, Greta. Opening my window twice a day as if there was some intolerable stench in here. Why did you run away like that? You should be used to me by now. Anyone would think I was lying in wait to bite you.
He must be terribly lonely. He tried to speak to me, but couldn't. He could only make a squeaking noise, and I ran out as if it was something filthy and disgusting. My own Gregor.
You're very brave, Greta.
Usually, he hides from me before I clear his room, as if he knows how lonesome he is.
She's very good to him, the way she ministers to him.
But today, he just stood there, in front of me. I felt sick.
Perhaps he was trying to thank her. He always was very polite.
He just stares out of the window, stares out at his old world.
It's growing dimmer. Looks like a desert waste of grey sky and grey land. Everything's grey. Everything.